Lee, coming into this week, what's the mood been around the training camp, obviously after what has been a few disappointing results?
Yeah, I think that we were disappointed. There's no doubt in that. We felt we'd let people down after the Friday night game. I think frustration was a key element because we felt for the majority of the game, certainly the first 2/3 of it, we thought we was good without killing a resolute St Johnstone side off. But of course, you now look to the next opportunity, and we're in a position in the league where if we can win the football match, then we'll be where we think our performances deserve us to be. Over 38 games, you'll find out that truth. But in the short term, we're still building, we're still growing, we're still learning about each other. And I know our fans will be there in great voice pushing us on.
Absolutely. Like you say, that next opportunity is St Mirren. It was a tricky game against them earlier this season. How much have we learned from that game and also developed, because it was early on as well?
Well, I think the team's very different to it was then. I think it was a disappointing game for us, remembering, we booed at half-time and booed at full-time, and we was in the next day, but that led us to 4 wins directly after that. So I think that we are on this journey. We're not the finished article yet, and we've shown some really good signs at times, and at times we've fallen a little bit short. So we need to keep honing the performance. When we have spells, we need to capitalise and we need to score goals. We need to kill teams off a little bit better than we are. And if there are plot twists in the game, which often there are, particularly in Scotland, then we have to respond better and the best we possibly can. So again, there's not been a negative environment here. We're full of positivity going into the game. I think in one sense, the boys should be really looking forward to getting back in front of our fans and showing them what we can do with them obviously fully behind us, which they are.
Yeah, in terms of team news, how are we looking?
Yeah, we're looking good. May decide to make a few changes. Obviously, we've adapted the shape a little bit, and elements of that shape went really well. There was other elements that we needed to improve, so we've had a good week here to try and, like I say, make a decision based on that shape going into the game with the personnel that we think fits that shape perfectly. Yeah,
in terms of injuries, is there any updates on people coming back, or are we as we are?
No, we're pretty much as we are. There's a couple that have picked up knocks, but there's also a couple that are starting to show signs of progression. I think Kevin Nisbet's a good example of improving every day. Still not ready in terms of this weekend, but certainly getting closer. And Lewis Miller's now back on the grass and out training. So Jake Dorhay's had an operation that went really well. So hopefully 2 or 3 weeks before we see him again. We're just, like I say, progressing on all fronts.
Yeah, just finally I had to mention the under-19s and their magnificent win last night against Nantes. You were there watching with your coaching staff. A number of first team players were there as well. What did you make of that?
I thought it was brilliant, yeah. I thought second half the performance levels were great. I thought the fans behind the goal, Block 7, kept everybody going and created an atmosphere which was good. I thought it was a really good attendance. And I think the boys have just got so much charisma in that team, Obviously some will step into that first team environment, particularly over the next couple of years. And this is what we want, We want that feeling of, I've got an identity, I've got the same values that the clubs bring in the first team and in the first team matches. So like that connection yesterday was excellent, from first team to fan base to academy, and that's what we want to see, and that's what we thrive on.
Absolutely, Lee. Thank you for speaking to us.
Thank you. Cheers.